Hello guys and welcome back to another episode review of Hollyoaks for 20th September 2021. Let's start with Damon and Liberty. Damon's obviously down because he's Brody, who was like his friend Brody, who was like a brother to him, and his best friend knew him pretty much all their lives since they're young kids. Passed away, just murdered like tragically, and he's just pretty down. Liberty's trying to, kind of keep him going, and she's been very, a very leaning person to lean on towards him, and I think it is going to be quite difficult as a character for Damon, and I like how Hollyoaks are portraying this. And what I really like is the fact that Damon hasn't been over dramatic. Not that people don't deserve to be over dramatic, but just in the storyline, he just was very calm about it, but still you can tell he's hurting, and you could tell he really loved Brody, and unfortunately, what a sad way to go. Liberty's bought a Statue of Liberty, and which was quite clever, I thought, because Damon and Brody always had plans to go to New York to open a bar. So I think Liberty got a really good present. Try to cheer him up, and Damon knows obviously she's trying her best, but it's just one of those things. You just have to give it time, to be honest. So let's move on to the whole Warren situation. And he's tried to kind of stop Joel to listening to his voicemails, because obviously Warren left a voicemail to Joel that his confession that he's killed Brody, and he found him, and I think they were kind of like arguing. Trish was set up with a task by Fergus to retrieve the phone from Joel's phone, because obviously something's there hiding and he wants leverage over Warren, and Trish is only following that plan because she wants to go to Mexico ASAP to retire. So they were fighting by the canal or the river, and his phone dropped, and they were arguing, and Trish quickly nicked the phone put it in her handbag, and she quickly went off. They thought it fell into the water, because I think Trish chucked something in the water to make it sound like the phone fell in there. And obviously Joel definitely thought his phone fell in there, and he's like, "Don't worry, your secret, whatever it is buried." Warren seemed quite relieved, but obviously, as viewers, we know that he shouldn't be too relieved, because later on, Fergus found out that he listened to Warren's voicemail, and he found out that Warren's killed Brody, and he just had a huge grin on his face. He was just pretty sickening, to be honest. On the other hand, Silver and Mercedes. Silver doesn't, he doesn't really trust Mercedes after everything's happened, because he's just come out of hospital. Again, Fergus is tied up in this whole business, because obviously he owes money to Fergus. Even though Silver was in a coma, Fergus just didn't want to, didn't give any exception when it comes to repayments. And obviously, Silver's pretty confident and called him scum, and that's at the end of the day, that's what Fergus is. And but Fergus doesn't care; he just wants the money. Mercedes overheard this. She went to Fergus, and long story short, she's done a deal with Fergus. Basically, Fergus is going to get the dog, and that's how Silver's debt is wiped out. I just think that's gonna. That's not. I think that's just gonna go over the. It's not going to end well, put it this way. I just have no words. It's just not going to end well. We can clearly see where this is coming from as viewers. It's just too obvious. But let's talk about Mercedes and Silver, their relationship. I just don't think Silver's heart's in it anymore. Because it's ironic, because Cher's the one that's poisoned her dad and got him in hospital, but he's more concerned about whether he can trust Mercedes or not, and it's just put a real strain on his relationship. And I think maybe in his eyes, he probably needed that break, minus the coma. So obviously it would have been better if it was a different situation. But obviously when he's come back, he's probably just noticing it's just the whole cycle with Mercedes. She cheated on him. Can he really trust her? Who knows? Bobby's obviously really likes him, Mercedes' son. And I think John Paul was like, you just need to be a bit more honest, or to Mercedes. Sienna's trying to keep the peace with, Damon and Liberty, and obviously she's trying to stick together. But Damon obviously has other plans. He just said, "Look, I can't do this anymore." Because obviously Sienna did suggest having a birthday party for Damon. Damon said no, he doesn't. He made his feelings pretty clear. Doesn't want anything to do with Sienna, because he believes it was Sienna's fault. This is how it led to Brody's death, and she was always a messy character, and Brody, it's always been back and forth with Brody and her. So I can understand in one sense where he's coming from, but to pin it all down on her, I mean, she didn't really kill Brody. But I don't know. Everyone's got. He's just grieving, but there's a way. I don't know. You can't really judge the character situation. Anyway, and he's given ultimatum to Liberty. Either she chooses him, or she chooses his sister. Personally, I think this is a bit wrong, because I'll tell you why. Because Sienna did not kill Brody, and B, Liberty is Sienna's sister. You can't split sisters up unless they've done something personally to you. I don't know. What do you think, guys? I could be wrong here, so comment below. That's just my thoughts only. I think, I don't know. This not obviously there's going to be a huge relationship strain between the three of them. I don't see any time soon where they all become pals again. Obviously Liberty and Damon, they're good, but it's just that if depends who Liberty's going to choose. But maybe they can find a way. Liberty can find a way to keep both of them in her life. Who knows? Let me know what you thought, guys, and hope you liked this review, and please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next one. Hope you have a nice day. Bye.